It's Christine Wilson and Saphira Galoob, and you'll thank us later. Tune in every week and hang out with us because we're a lot of fun.
And no topics off the record, we decided. We are open to talking about everything together with a bit of a sense of humor, a lot of self-forgiveness, a lot of grace, and always being wiser on the other end. Bring it on, girls and boys.
You know what? You'll thank me later that I'm telling you about this. You'll thank me. They're going to hate us, Saphira. It's going to be nuts.
Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, podcast world. And hello to you, Christine.
Hi, Saphira.
As you can tell by the fact that I have not washed my hair, I have no makeup on, I'm barely holding it together. The only blessing in my current state is that I think you are coming into this recording session with the same level of annoyance and irritation. And I don't know if it's a menopausal annoyance or a pre-Thanksgiving annoyance or I'm so pissed at the world. Oh, by the way, I have to show this, Meg, because my husband brought it to me, but like the bottom of it
I hate
says,
everyone.
I hate
Fuck
everyone.
you.
I hate everyone. Fuck you. That is the way I'm feeling today. I hate everyone. Fuck you. So if that is where you are today, actually that could be the title of this. I hate you.
Fuck you. Yeah, I hate you. Okay, I'm going to be honest. What I'm dealing with probably is not nearly as momentous and stressful as what you're dealing with in your life. So you did just give me some perspective, but I came into this podcast ready to bitch. I just feel stressed and anxious, and my aura ring says I'm at the top level of stress and I can't get it to come down.
Well, you do have some key family members coming into town, which I think for 99% of the people listening to this would trigger the same reaction. So I think you're in a bit of a misery loves company on this one. But why is such a joyous time of year so damn stressful as we are leading up to it? Why can't it just be relaxing?
I know. And even though I was like, yeah, I got it all under control. We're gonna pace everything out. And I love family coming, but I came downstairs to check on the guest bedroom and I'm like, oh, dirty towels. Oh, not enough toilet paper. Oh, like this isn't cleaned. Oh, there's Nerf bullets all over the room. I don't have any 8-year-old children. I did not expect there to be Nerf bullets all over the guest bedroom.
Well, and you basically have pre-adults. Can anybody else look at those and just fucking pick them up? Does it all have to fall on you? What is this?
No one can see it. No one knows. No one.
They're imaginary Nerf bullets.
I'm the only one. But it also felt like work yesterday was just like pile on day, like everything got harder and more stressful. And I did that stupid thing where you look at email before bed and I worked myself up over an email that pissed me off. Then I found myself writing to a business that I wanted to order something and they said I couldn't. And I used the F word in my response to them. I'm like, I'm not being a good person and I'm certainly not being thankful. And Saphira, like the first thing I did when I got on to Zoom to chat with you today was bitch about the most first world problem, which makes me sound like such an asshole.
No, you're not an asshole. I do wish that they had a version of Grammarly though that said, are you sure you want to say that? Do you want to take a beat? How about we recalibrate this complaint or this irritation so that the tone of it is a little bit, oh my God, can you imagine a Grammarly for tone? Someone needs to pull that shit together. Maybe that's called AI.
Yeah, you can. I think you can actually if you push certain buttons or you go to copy.ai and pop it in there. But remember when you would send a text and you'd want to say the word fucking and it changed the word fucking to ducking every damn time? And that would piss me off. I'm like, I didn't say ducking, I said fucking. So I don't know if I wanted to change my fucking.
Mercy. Well,
but yeah, you're going through it, huh?
I just, I think so. I have to tell you, the pretty much the good news at my age at this point is that everything I have experienced now, I've actually experienced before.
Oh, yeah.
The question is whether or not I am able to kind of remember what I felt like then that I didn't want to repeat, and can I somehow kind of recalibrate how I react to something? Because the bigger issues for me is not what's happening to me, it's how I react to what's happening to me.
Right.
And I'm pretty good most of the time, but on this one, I am not good. I just have to tell you, like, so I'll share with you, and I won't be able to give all the details because this is kind of happening real time. But I remember when I was in law school, I was the lead on something called the Gridiron, which is kind of it's law school prom, and I
Okay.
organized a formal sit-down dinner event for 500 people
Oh
at the
God.
Cowboy Hall of Fame. It had never been done before. It was
Yeah.
so sexy. It's a beautiful museum in Oklahoma City. There were 50 tables of 10, and I organized it based with a seating chart, based on kind of the people I knew and everything. And there was one woman who didn't like the way where she sat. And she
Oh, of
came up
course.
and she bitched it to me. I mean, the evening was perfect. I even got like the most, I don't know, whatever student of the like most contributed student. It couldn't have been better. And
Right.
one woman came up and bitched at me, and I fell apart.
Yep.
Everybody was happy, and one person bitched. And that is what's happening now. I have 99% of the people in my world think I am killing it.
Right.
And I've got one person who's, not happy, not feeling like that we're performing and not communicating to me in a way that lets me see the level of our work and the level of our contribution. And I just cannot get that craw out of my bonnet. And
Well,
I'm just,
yeah.
and it
You're a
really is upsetting.
perfectionist
I'm
and
a total perfectionist.
you're a top level performer. And I mean, I say this all the time with Nicole. Nicole and I think Courtney to some extent, but Nicole really is like an A plus performer. And she gets like the slightest little like, hey, that date was wrong on something, or and I can see it like festers in her. And I'm
Yeah,
like, whoa, 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 you just did 10,000 things right. You've got to not let this kill you. And it's really hard. I mean, it
yeah,
is hard to take one criticism and not let
right.
that be
Well, I have to tell you, I can take a criticism if it is grounded in reality.
right.
What burns me up is that when there's actually the motivation for the feedback is not grounded in reality.
Yeah, that's really hard.
And you're not allowed to say fuck you to a client. And you're not
Yes.
allowed to say you're fucking wrong to a stakeholder. Like it's not allowed. And so to have to you know, think about ways to take the feedback and thank you so much. I mean, I'm just absolutely beside myself with irritation this morning. And entering into really needing to be in a time and a space, which is my favorite time of the year, and to
Yeah.
relax. And there's no gifts around Thanksgiving. It's just good food and good people and good wine. And so I don't know, maybe we could just use this session as a cleansing session. And then at the end, we can like burn a candle and just say, we're not going to give those people the power and keep it moving. I don't know. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think we bitch sesh it out, finish what we need to say, and then I'm gonna say all the good things that I am thankful for because but I okay, let me see if I have anything more things to bitch about really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna bitch about the fact that my husband is a really good cook and he makes great food, but it takes days and days and days, and it takes every single inch of the kitchen and every pot, pan, cup, mug. I mean, he literally stirs things in mugs, which just like annoys the shit out of me. I'm like, use a bowl. It's just weird. It's annoying. He has been like cooking gizzards and I don't know, turkey hearts in the oven. I can smell it and making stock. And sometimes things smell good. And sometimes I just am like, I can't handle that this is the inner gross parts of this bird. And I'm fucking sick of these turkeys already. There's two
Yeah.
turkeys. They seem to have taken over our lives. I want them to go the fuck away. And I know come Thursday, they're going to be delicious. All his work will have been for a good purpose, but I'm so fucking sick of it right now.
Yeah.
It's been
No,
days.
it's fair. It's fair. And it does fill the house in that kind of like that inner
Yes.
stench, that innard stench, an innard stench.
Yes. So I know that's not really a good bitch,
No,
but
it's okay. And your husband is cooking. So, I mean,
I
some folks are
know.
like, Christine, stop bitching. You at least
I
you don't have to
know.
do all the cooking as well, for God's sakes.
I know. And I don't have a new kitchen yet. So it's still just the old dirty the kitchen that hasn't been remodeled. So he might as well just make it dirtier. But
Oh, mercy.
yeah, and then I did make so since you're not on TikTok, you would not know about this adorable girl named Teeny. I think she goes by Teeny.
Mhm.
She is teeny tiny. She's adorable and she's a chef and she was on I think like Top Chef or whatever. And she made this viral mac and cheese last year. So I spent a lot of time making 2 pounds of it, which by the way, that's a double of her recipe. It's a little more complicated that to double it. I realized I should have just done one at a time. But anyway, it is so much cheese, so much cream. It's insane. I made
Love.
2 trays of it, and I told the boys they could taste test it. I turned around and an entire tray of it was gone. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh my god."
amazing,
Yeah, so I guess it'll be
amazing.
a hit. It will be a hit, but that means I have to make it again. I'm like, "I have to do this
Oh, you're gonna
again."
become a mac and cheese expert.
I
Make
had,
it
like, 4 bites of it, and that was all I ate the whole day.
yeah,
I was like, it was too much.
I love it,
So,
I love it.
yeah, so those are some of my bitches. Anything else?
Well, I think, for me, I just I just I just need to, like, not give some of this the power, and so I kinda
Yeah,
wanna bitch at myself. I
yeah,
wanna bitch at myself for being smarter than the average bear. I know I'm smarter than the average bear. I know I'm more emotionally intelligent than most people. I know that the very advice I would give people is not the advice I'm giving to myself. So I
yeah,
guess I wanna give myself a little grace to not be so hard on myself. And I also so I know I haven't brought into Sapphirism for a while, but, we're gonna do an entire episode. So I'm gonna
yeah,
forgive myself quickly and frequently. Do you love
yep,
that? You have to
yes,
forgive yourself quickly and frequently because, you're gonna have to forgive yourself again because something else is gonna come up. And so I'm not acting in the way that I know how to act, and I'm not responding in the way that I know how to respond, and I'm giving my emotions too much power, and I want to reclaim that and be
mhm.
more head and less heart as I navigate through this professional situation.
Yeah, and here's the other thing, you did tell me right at the top of our call that you did need support, and you
Yeah,
know you have that, and I'm
yeah.
here for you, and
Thank
I will
you.
need some support over the next few days, so that's a great way we can escape and support each other as needed,
Love
and
it.
even if it's for 10 minutes, just to give
Yeah.
you a hug and a kiss. By the way, I'm gonna just bang on your door from now on because I do think maybe your doorbell is
No,
not
actually,
loud.
I learned from my husband that my doorbell does not work, and I'm so sorry. I didn't even
Sorry.
realize it because I've never rang it before.
Well, I rang it the other day to tell Saphira I was at her house, and I was like, "I give up, she's not answering." And
I'm
then I
so
was
how
like,
annoying for you too. I'm so sorry. I was
well,
upstairs, like
you know when you don't wanna be the jerk who's like, "Bang, bang, bang, bang," after you just rang the doorbell 4 times? So that I just left. I was like, "I give up." I texted her, I was like, "I left. It's raining. I don't wanna wait any longer." But, anyway, now I know I'll just actually, what I will do next time is I will just walk in and yell your
Oh,
name.
yeah, you just need a code. You I just make sure you
Yeah.
have the code.
Yeah, I'll just walk in and
The
be
front
like,
door's probably open
"Hello?"
anyway. Front door is probably
Um,
open anyway.
but alright, so I have a couple of really great things that I'm thankful for, and some of them are really silly and some of them are not so silly. But today my mom came to get, cloth napkins for the dinner table, and I pulled out every cloth napkin I had, which I probably haven't done in 15 years,
Yeah.
and there were some really shoved into the back and wrinkled, and as I was unfolding them, this little tiny pair of little boys' dinosaur underwear fell out. It had somehow in the laundry gotten tucked into them, and I had that like, oh, I had the sweetest, cutest little boys at one point that wore this little tiny dinosaur underwear, and I know all their little clothes have been donated and given away, and I was like, I know this is kinda weird, but I'm just so glad I have them, and it just made
Yeah.
me very nostalgic and just so happy I had the experience of having these just wonderful boys in my life,
Mm.
and now they're men, but when they were boys, they were just the sweetest, and it gave me, like, this whole little calming moment where I just kinda sat there with with their underwear and
Yeah.
thought about them being little. It was a
Yeah.
nice little moment this morning, and it was a
So
good
happy.
reminder to, like,
Yeah.
stop complaining about
Yeah.
tablecloths and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna kind of move on the things that make you feel warm because that's what that was for you. And
Yeah.
I think for me, I want to use my gratitude kind of affirmation, so to speak,
Mhm.
to dilute this negativity that I have allowed to kind of seep in this pre-holiday. And the gratitude that I have is the quality and caliber of people I have in my life. First of
Mm.
all, I have a spouse that is above average. He is an
Yes.
above average guy.
And by
I
the
don't
way, guys, he's super good looking too.
He'll appreciate that because as he gets a little older, he's a little self-conscious, but he is a really
Oh, he's a
good looking guy.
dreamboat.
We should put a nice looking picture of Giovanni on. We're gonna first of
Yeah.
all, his name is really sweet, but
Yeah.
and I have to say, like, as he's seen me struggle, he has stepped up like I don't understand what it must feel like, but I know you're struggling, and that makes me struggling, and I love you so much. And I gotta tell you,
Oh,
like, just that makes my heart warm. My son and we have a very dear friend who's a chef from Spain here. I am looking at kind of as the circle goes out and Christine, you're in that first circle and of close friends. And it's not just that I have friends, it's that I've got really high caliber human beings in my life. And
yes.
the folks that are not like working in the current with me or working against me or trying to like undermine or not see how good of a job I did, and I did a really good job this year. I want to be like, you don't really, I'm going to dilute you. I'm going to dilute
Yeah.
you with with outstanding human beings around me. And I actually think I have got a richness, like in terms
Mhm.
of wealth.
Mhm.
I'm middle class, upper middle
Right.
class. But when it comes to high caliber human beings around me, I'm a fucking billionaire.
That's right.
And I know that. And I do
Yeah.
not take for granted all the people who I have in my life that are my family and my close friends. And honestly, the work colleagues I
I was
have.
about to say, you have the
I've
most
got work
amazing
colleagues who
team.
literally are like, they would give me MVP every day. And that is where I'm going to put my energy this weekend. And the
By
folks
the
that
way,
don't
big
see me,
shout out to your team because all of them are exceptional human beings.
yeah,
They've been with
yeah,
you for a long time.
yeah,
They support you and do incredible work. They're very, very good at what they do.
best in
So it's
class.
huge. Yeah.
I'm actually Matt, Aaron, and David, best in class.
Yes, they are. You built an incredible team and they love you so much.
Yeah,
And
no, I
that's the
appreciate that.
best
Well, I
part.
mean, Christine, right back at you. I mean, and I do believe, not to pat ourselves on the back, but I do think that the culture and the leadership that we have demanded be the
Mhm.
central DNA of our organizations and who we are as teammates and team members has allowed us not just to attract, but to maintain the caliber of these team members, and they give their best work because they see us giving our best work. And
Yeah.
that dynamic, I don't care who is out to get us to take us down. I don't care, what clients we have bitching about this, that, and the other, or what stakeholders or I have who don't see the quality and caliber of work I do. Um, the fact that I get to have these folks all day, every day,
Yeah.
and I get to have the investors in the organizations which I work who are basically, I do have to tell you. So I was having a call with an investor and we were kind of previewing the way the next year is going to go. And he was like, listen, I don't know what's going to happen organizationally, but I'm with you. So you just tell me where you want me to be and I'm there. And I get to
Oh,
do that. I mean, with the exception of one or two folks, I get to do that with everyone because they're like, we're on Team Saphira. Team
yeah.
Saphira.
Yeah. And you will never take that for granted. That's why you
No,
continue the hard work for them, and that's
yeah,
why you are loyal to what they put their trust in you for.
yeah.
Um, I did
So
just
I'm
get off
grateful for that.
I did just get off a call where a client said, "I'm so thankful for you all." And it was so nice to hear that because,
Yeah,
sometimes that can get confused when you are a service provider.
yeah.
And it is really nice. Obviously we're thankful for our clients. We don't exist without them.
Mhm.
We need them to do the work and pay the bills. But it's so nice to hear from them when they appreciate the hard work that you do. So
No,
I
no, that's good. No, I feel better. Actually, I kind of feel better just even talking about, like, I think this
yeah.
weekend, like whenever I find myself like wanting to pick up my mug, my I had everyone mug, I think I'm just gonna say, oh my God, I'm just gonna send a note. I'm just sending some gratitude texts.
Yeah.
I appreciate I think this weekend is gonna be about gratitude texts for me.
I might just send you emoji texts all weekend long and see if you can decipher what my mood is based on what I send you.
I do live under I mean, as long as you don't have to translate what an eggplant is for me.
I always I do know the eggplant, but by the way, there are so many things in these emojis that I do not know. But
Yeah.
I've
We
learned
we
that
need I
they're
need a little emoji dictionary.
yeah. All right, I'll
Yeah.
just send you what I feel what I'm feeling is in the mood and we'll decipher it later and see if you got it. Can I tell you something else I'm thankful for that's oh god, this is like very low level in life, not important. But I just got my nails done and I did this thing that's called hold on. Can you see it?
Gorgeous.
Cat's eye. They're like a cat's eye, so they like reflect
Oh,
you can't really see it, but like
wow.
a cat's eye stone. And
You have
it
to send it to
just
me because I will totally do it. I would love to do that. I have no creativity with mine. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
so
cool.
it's a certain type of polish, and they use a magnet, and they move the particles, I guess, around in it to make the effect, and
Oh
every
yeah.
time I look down at them, they just sort of make me smile. I'm like, "How
I
fun
love
is
it.
that?" Like, how creative are humans to come up with these kinds of
So
things?
creative. Okay, yeah, I definitely want to do that, especially if I have to go to Vegas next week. I may need something to make me feel a little special.
Oh, you gotta go to Vegas next
Ugh,
week?
I'm
Oh,
still like, I have to go, but I'm
are we
like,
back to the
cannot
bitch
go.
sesh?
Oh,
Because
no, no,
that's
no,
a
no.
bitch sesh. Because I hate Vegas. I hate Vegas.
Do you know rooms are $1,000 a night?
Okay, I always stay at the Westin because no smoking in the Westin. It's got a teeny tiny casino, comfortable beds. It's off the strip. I never, ever
Maybe
stay in.
let me look into that. Let me look into that. That may just be just what the doctor ordered.
I
Just what the
just,
doctor.
ugh, I hate that place. I want to be the fun girl that likes it, but
Oh
every
yeah,
time
I
I'm
know.
there, I'm like, this just
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
sleazy and cheesy.
yeah. Everything about it is so counterintuitive to who I am as a human being.
Okay, what else are we thankful for before we
Mm.
kick off this
Well, I will
Thanksgiving
say,
weekend?
so I'm actually also thankful about the people that I love that are healthy right now.
Yes.
I have people in my life who are close family friends I grew up with that are very, very ill. And
Mm,
like like one is in hospice ill and the other is just
ugh,
got a really bad diagnosis ill. And I just learned of a client who had a diagnosis. And so, it is a luxury to complain about the things we were complaining about. And so
right.
I really I want to kind of just like orient my thinking to be like, unless if you are not experiencing that, then you're just fucking lucky. So stop
Yes.
bitching about stupid shit.
Yes, you're
I
so
want to
right.
I want to have a little bit of I want a little pointy finger to both of us to stop complaining, because if
Yep,
we come on this show and we have to talk about a diagnosis, which is not out of the realm of possibility for either of us,
right.
everything we're talking about is going to seem like a joke.
Exactly. It is, yes. And I have had, I think, 7 friends, actually before I turned 40, go through breast cancer, one of which did pass away, unfortunately, too.
Mm, mm, mm.
So every one of them totally reset their entire lives from that point on.
Yeah,
It was a pivotal
yeah.
change of how they saw the world. And, from the outside, you try to take that in, but I think it is a very humbling experience to go through a major, health trauma or medical diagnosis and to learn what really matters in life versus what's fun. I mean, part of this is I'm telling you some fun things to bitch about today. Um, but it is a real thing, Saphira, that when, we are feeling the stress and anxiety, it is a real thing.
Yeah.
It's really then pulling the coping mechanisms and my good old
Mhm.
feeling good handbook out and
Yes, that's right, right, right. Yeah,
practicing
yeah,
the things I know,
yeah.
to make it better. But, it doesn't dilute the fact that we are feeling what we're feeling.
Mhm.
Um,
And I actually have one more thing that is, I don't know if it's a Saphirism, but it's definitely a you'll thank us later lesson. So I have people in specifically my family and kind of in my world where if I come at that relationship with the way that I normally am, it doesn't produce the output
yeah,
just because like the way they are as a human, it just doesn't work with the way that I am as a human.
right.
And so I have rejiggered it and said, okay, what relationship do I want on the other side? Like a 1 + 1 =. And I look at, I'm on the left side of the one. So it goes like we'll call it maybe, Saphira plus enter named individual equals. And I've decided rather than to be like just the way that I am in that relationship, I'm like, okay, what do I want this relationship to look like? Okay.
Mhm.
What is a constant in this relationship? It's the other person.
Right,
What can I control? I can control me.
right,
So how, and this is even like with this one stakeholder who's giving me a hard time, how can I act given the fact that I know this person is going to be just the way they are in order to get an outcome that I want?
right.
And I've done that with family members really effectively. And
Mm,
I'm going to challenge myself to look at this difficult situation in my work environment and say, rather than me coming at this the way that I am naturally and authentically, I'm going to say, what do I want on the other side? Okay.
right.
And then I'm going to do what I do best, which is look at the way I know this person to be. And I'm going to create an equation that after the equal signs gives me the solution that I intend.
A little bit of algebra. I like it. It makes sense because
Yeah,
you are the only thing that you can control
right. Right.
in that
And I would
equation.
say, as you're looking at your stress, I would like you to actually do an experiment for me, for my
Okay.
future book.
Okay.
I would like for you to think about, I know that you've got some family coming in, and I know
Yep.
you have a specific family member that really drives your stress up.
Yep.
I want you to think intentionally. This is literally an experiment. This is a
Okay.
human experiment. Okay. And then we're going
All
to
right.
report out. Actually,
I
next
love
week
it.
we're going to report out on it. I want you to think about what you want
Mhm.
your relationship to be with this human being.
Yep.
And I want you to, so like say, like visualize, this is what I would like it to look like, the pieces.
Yep.
And then I
Yep.
want you to think about the way this person is that
Yep.
cannot change. And then I
Yep.
want you to think about what your activity is associated with this person to help get you to that other side of the equal sign. And then I want you to see if doing that, adjusting it on your end, gets you to the equal sign on the other end. I'm just curious.
You know what? Here's the deal. It will. And here's the thing. I'm usually able to do it for a couple of days and then I lose my resolve. So what I need to do is I need to focus on the fact that this is temporary.
Yes.
I can control my behavior every day and every minute. I'm not a patient person. I am a very impatient person. I don't do well with lack of control.
Yeah.
So I need to decide right now that patience is going to be my focus and that I can't control all situations. I did say the other day, I'm sure they're going to put on my tombstone, Christine Wilson, she had no patience. I mean, it's the number one complaint, I would say, from anyone who has a relationship
I
with me.
will tell you something. I have never, ever thought that that was an attribute that you had. I've never felt that.
Well, because I don't think you're in a situation where you would get so I kind of I watched the Martha Stewart documentary and I was
Yes.
like cringing, but her big thing that she can't put up with is incompetence. And
Yeah.
I would say my impatience generally comes from when I deem somebody as incompetent. And that is not a good feeling for the other person, right? So they become very defensive.
Yeah.
So you just probably haven't displayed any incompetence to me yet. So you'll someday.
I love that. I love that.
Someday you'll do something I deem incompetent, and then you'll
Oh, I'm
get
sure. Listen.
my lack of patience.
Yeah.
But, and that's I mean, I think everyone in my family would say that's the most frustrating thing about being around me. So, um,
Well, I'm
I'm
just
gonna
curious because I think that this is a really interesting relationship management strategy, and I've only implemented it for myself,
yeah.
but I'd like for you to implement it so I can see where it's effective and where it's ineffective.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take this challenge. And
Yes.
I might be texting you like a poop emoji, and then I need you to write back and be like, "You can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
Remember
Chris
my
I'm gonna put
challenge."
yeah, I'll put like and I'll put Christine in brackets plus you have to tell me the name of the person so it equals, and then you have to tell me what you want the relationship to be because we're gonna make it into a little equation.
Yes, we're gonna do it. And I think I mean, yes, it will be good for many people if I can
Yeah.
do this. So,
Well, and it may mean that you have to limit your exposure, which means that you're gonna have to control the amount of time you have, in proximity.
yes, yeah, right, right. That is something I try to do.
Well, I
Um,
cherish you, and thank you. I needed this because
I
I needed to get out of my head, and I need to
yes.
get, onto the screen, and I hope folks out there will find some of this beneficial. We're definitely being our most honest self, despite the fact that it may have consequences just professionally and personally.
Yeah, right. We're both like thinking about who's going to come after us after this. But I would say this is the best what we're grateful for bitch session I've
Yes.
ever had. I feel my mood has elevated exponentially in the
Yep.
last few minutes.
Yep.
And I feel so much better going into all this. So whether anybody else gets anything out of it, I don't really give a shit because it helped me.
Absolutely. And feel free to send me the therapy bill because I owe you, sister.
I was gonna say right back at you. I think it cancels out. So we're all good.
That's great.
All right, sweetheart. I love you. I hope I see you over the holiday. I hope you have the most amazing Thanksgiving. And please give kisses and hugs to all of your family from me.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the other side.
All right. Bye.